All right. So, how's everybody doing? The Lab Love Midday Show. It's time for us to get into our conversation for the day. Now, the conversation for the day is this. I was watching a story on Good Morning America, excuse me, and it was a woman had a 17-year-old son. While cleaning up his room, going through his stuff like all good parents do, she found a notebook. And in that notebook, there was a manifesto which said that he was thinking about killing her and shooting up the school. So after finding said manifesto, she called the police and she turned him in. He was arrested. When they came to search the rest of his room, they found a pipe bomb, the whole nine. So she turned her son in. She said that it wasn't about it wasn't about him. It was about the fact that once he did this, it was about the school. So my question to you is, could you turn your child in if he or she was planning a crime or he or she had already committed a crime? Would you be able to turn your child in? And I'm talking about a major crime. Let's not even, I'm not going to even keep it at a major crime. A crime, period. Could you turn your child in? Would you report your kids to the police? If you knew your son, if you watched the news and you saw a video of somebody shooting into a car or doing a smash and grab, and you knew that kid, that guy or that girl had on the shirt of your child, you know, parents, we know our kids. So if you knew that was your child, would you turn your child in? Would you turn your child in? Looking in the chat room, Shakila says, oh, wow, was he white? Of course. Yes. Milt said, easy for me. Yep. Could you do it? I often ask myself this because when I see this, because the thing about it is, most of the time when kids do these types of crimes, the parents know, not the potential mass shooters, but the crimes on the news. Again, I say every parent knows his or her child. So when you see this child on the TV or you see this figure on the TV robbing somebody or shooting somebody, as a parent, when you know if that's your child or not. Could you turn your child in? I personally am like Milton. I would turn you in. If you are my child and you murder someone, I'm telling on you. I'm letting you know that right now. I am telling on you. If you are planning a school shooting, I'm going to tell on you. Like, her rationale for turning him in for the potential school shooting was the fact that she said that if she turned him in and he got arrested, the best place for him was in jail so he can get help. And he did. He got counseling. He got all of that. And he was arrested. I don't think he actually did any time because he hadn't committed a crime. But he pled guilty to terroristic threats and some other stuff. Yeah, I would tell. I would damn sure tell on you. Because is your responsibility more for your child or your responsibility more for the public? And I know as a parent that becomes the conflict here. So reading some of the questions, Shakila said that's a hard question because I have only one child. Milt said I'm snitching and collecting the reward. Shakila said, yes, we do know our children. Could you, because, you know, in the Black community, we have this no snitching code. Even when it's at the detriment to our kids. I mean, the detriment to our community. We don't care. We'll live in a neighborhood. I'll give you a prime example of the no snitching code going hardcore. I don't know how many of you watched the documentary on the Malcolm X murder. Well, Malcolm X assassinated, because he was assassinated. And the killers, because initially they arrested the wrong guys for this. And 2 dudes did years in prison for this murder that they did not commit. And one of the dudes who committed the crime lived in New Jersey. He lived his life. It was kind of a unspoken secret that this dude was one of the killers of Malcolm X. But he lived his life out. Nobody turned him in. Nobody said anything about him. And he lived in an Islamic community. Got an award, a community award, for being a fine, upstanding citizen of the community. The whole nine. Has pictures with the mayor, the whole nine. But nobody ever said anything. Nobody turned him in, but everybody knew that he was one of the people who had shot and killed Malcolm X. Nobody told. It's a documentary on Netflix. Check it out. It was an unspoken, public yet not public secret. Reading some of the comments from the YouTube lives, Vinny says, absolutely, turning him in would be the best for him, because I would beat the devil out of him. So Vinny definitely is going to tell on his child. Milton has seen the documentary. He said, Who Killed Malcolm X was a great documentary. Yes. So that's my question. Do you go against that? Because I've had this conversation on a surface level before with some people. And one of the things, the pushbacks I get, was that the system ain't going to do my son right. Well, if your son or daughter has murdered somebody, your system's supposed to do whatever the hell they want to do to your child. That's my thought. If your child has murdered someone, was involved in a robbing crew, because anybody who knows me or watches me know I have no sympathy for home invasions whatsoever, whether people are home or whether they gone. And that's coming, and I get it. I am biased because my home has been broken into before, and they stole thousands of dollars worth of stuff and did thousands of dollars worth of damage. So I have no sympathy for home invasions whatsoever, being a victim of a home invasion. So I know how I feel. And I'm one of these people who feel like your home is your castle. So even without the home invasion, I don't believe in you acting a donkey in my house or violating my house. I just don't believe in that. I'm a laid back, even keel dude. So I have no sympathy for that. So if you see your child doing one of these crimes, or know that your child has committed one of these crimes, would you tell on your child? That is the question we're asking today. Or would you break the no snitching code on your own child? Shaquila says she has only one child, but Shaquila, you never answered the question. Would you tell on your child? Because the reality is, if the shoe was on the other foot, and you're sitting at the house, your baby's in the morgue, and it happened in a crowded club, and this particular person happened to flee the scene and go home to his or her parent, and the parent know that this child did this, would you not want the parent to tell you? Would you not want to know who took your baby's life? If you had a business, let's not even make it murder. You got a business. You've poured everything that you have into this business. And one night, Some people break into the business and steal all your equipment, your computers, everything. And this equipment is sitting at the house of this child, and the parent knows this equipment is at this house. Would you not want that parent to say something? My life has been invested in this business, and your child broke in and stole my entire financial life. Would you tell on that child? Let me know what you think about this. Is the Lab Love Midday Show. That's what we're talking about. Would you tell if your child committed a crime? Would you turn her or him in to the authorities? I'm interested in letting you do what you know. My spirit tell me it's gonna be a lot of hypocrisy jumping off here, but that's what my spirit tell me. I don't know.